Hey, gang, something a little different today. Chris and I have been working on something. So I got Chris Johnstone here with me today, and we've been working on something we're really excited about. And frankly, we were meeting and talking about it, and I said, "Dude, this is way too good. Let's just click the record button here." So there's no intro or anything like that. So what we're talking about is we have built this CRM that is run by AI, and it is unbelievable. And so, Chris, let's talk about how AI finally. I think the problem AI has had in the mortgage industry is we've got this thing. It's really cool. We're just not exactly sure what to do with it,
Mhm.
and we're designing logo, or I say we. The industry is designing logos and kind of playing with it. It's like a caveman with a cell phone. They go, well, that's cool pictures, but what does it really do? And
Yep.
I think we finally code this is what you do with AI in the mortgage industry. So there you go.
And
So
so I think the biggest transformation is the fact that we figured out how to get AI to book the appointments that every loan officer needs right now, because I believe that every loan officer should be talking to borrowers that are submitting applications, referral partners that have business to send to them, or new referral partner relationships that they're setting up. And that's a huge struggle for people because they haven't been able to do it at scale. And we've put all of that together. So, in a nutshell, what we have is the daily success plan, but powered by a power dialer. So, you can do 4 times the amount of contacts. We actually had somebody in the inner circle, and the problem that they ran into was they launched the database campaign, but they launched it to a big segment of their database. The problem was they couldn't handle all the appointments that came back from it. And it's being able to scale the daily success plan by doing the power dialer, automatically having people book appointments in your calendar because smart links, and we've got the AI to the point now because the CRM connects to your calendar. The AI is having the conversations to vet the leads and book people into your calendar for you. And it's smart enough that it can actually offer times on your calendar to people and then go in and book the appointment on your calendar without even having to use a smart link. So even though there is smart links that it can send out with text messages and emails and everything, it can actually have somebody say, does tomorrow at 2 o'clock work? It goes, checks the schedule, books the appointment, and goes back to the person and says, yeah, I've got you booked in for 2 o'clock tomorrow. We've literally got artificial intelligence having the conversations and booking the appointments inside this CRM. It's incredible.
all right, gosh, all right. So let's kind of step back a little bit. So we have found there's four primary. Here, let me rephrase that. In dealing with myself and other branch managers, other loan officers that make more than seven figures. In other words, they W-2 more than $1 million of income uh, per year. We've done studies on them for years and years, right? I've been doing studies for years. And we found that there's four primary activities that they're doing. And their activity number one is their marketing to real estate agents for referrals, which only makes good sense because 67% of all purchase loans close with a loan officer that the real estate agent recommends. So, of course, that's a good activity to do, right? Number two, giving updates for every deal that you've got currently in your pipeline, a borrower, co-borrower, listing agent, buying agent, title company, closing attorney, and asking for referrals. Activity three, marketing to their past database. And activity four is the people that they pre-approved last week, the month before, the quarter before. How many of you have pre-approved somebody and then next thing you hear, you see on Facebook they closed with somebody else, right? It happens
Yeah.
to all of us, right?
Mhm.
So we have found that marketing to those four people, reminding those pre-approved and looking, said, hey, I'm the one that pre-approved you. Do you need any help? You're going out this weekend. Like keeping a conversation with them. Those four pillars of business and working on them separately but together. Missing any one is costing a fortune. Focusing on those. And so you went into the laboratory and created this CRM that does those four things automatically for you.
That's right.
Right. So let's pick one at a time here, just in the time allotted. So let's do, I don't know, the one that never ceases to amaze me. I'll go to an event. Somebody
Yep.
be kind enough to invite me to speak at their thing. I'll have everybody stand up. Everybody stands up. Stay standing if you called your past database from A to Z, that you would close more loans in the next 30 days, not 6 months from now, that too. But we're talking about like right now, you'd close more loans, stay standing. Everybody always stays standing. Like one or two might sit down. They just moved to the country. I'm not making fun. They just moved to the country. They don't have a past database. They have no friends or family or coworkers yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so 99% of the room will stay standing. And then I asked part two, knowing that, and you agreeing, and as my listeners are listening today, that if you did contact your past database from A to Z, right, with a proven script, that you would close more loans, like, of course, 90 days from now, 4 months from now, but like this month, right?
Yep.
If you've actually done that process called A to Z on your past database in the last 6 months, even, right? Give them a little latitude. In 6 months, have you called your database A to Z? Typically, out of a room of say 300, I'll have 5, 6, 7 stay standing,
Yep.
which means about 2%, maybe 3%, and everybody else sits down, even though they know that activity. So let's start on that one. How does this thing let me market to my past database, and what does that look like?
Absolutely. So it's a funnel, and it starts with a power dialer. So you can load in.
Just in case somebody's not sure what that is, explain what a power dialer is.
A power dialer is a piece of the software where you just load in the past customers with all their phone numbers. You click a green button and it starts to dial. If the person doesn't pick up, it automatically dials the next phone number without you having to touch anything. So it does, on average, of somebody sitting down and picking up a keypad and reading off of a sheet or whatever and actually dialing in the phone number and calling somebody. For every one phone call that somebody does manually, a power dialer does 4 calls. So,
but understanding it's at a time. So it's not dialing 4 people and one picks up and it hangs up on the other 3. It's one phone number at a time. And if that person picks up, you talk to them. If it doesn't, there's no delay. There's no call reluctance, because it immediately just calls the next person. So, okay, I just want to clarify. This is not one of those broadcast dialers. This is calling one person at a time, just automatically.
exactly. And we've tried those in the past, and it was a horrible experience for people on the other end of the phone. It's one contact at a time. So these are your past customers. This is arguably some of the most valuable contacts that you have. So great experience. So now what we did was we took that power dialer and connected it to the campaign so the AI can detect, did a conversation happen or did a conversation not happen? If a conversation didn't happen, it automatically then sends an email to that contact and waits for a response. If they don't reply back, then it sends a text message about 20 minutes later to follow up on the email and the phone call. Right? Now, Carl, if they respond at any point, so they got the phone call, they missed it, they call back in, they got the phone call, they text back and say, hey, sorry, I missed your call, how can I help you? Which is how a lot of the conversations are happening. Or they respond to the email. Traditionally, what happens is that sits in the inbox of the loan officer, and it can take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes it gets missed, but you've generated that response from the past client, and then it's up to the loan officer to respond. Now, what we're doing with this brand new system is we take that response and we notify the loan officer that the conversation has happened. But as we're doing that, We feed that message into OpenAI, which is the company that created ChatGPT. And ChatGPT reads the original message that we sent out to that person, so it knows the context of the conversation. It gets all the training about the specific person's mortgage business, and then it crafts a response back to the person's message, sends that to the loan officer. So the loan officer gets an email or a text message and it says, here's what your client said. Here's my response. Do you approve it? And if they approve it, they just click a button inside the email or text message, and it automatically sends the message back to the client. Now, we can make it so that those conversations are 100% automatic, but we have that safety net built in so that the loan officer can train the AI the way that they like it. So you see a response. If it's not 100% the way that you would talk to your past customers, you just take that response, take it back to the AI and the software, and you say, next time you get this, say it like this. And it learns. So the next time it's in that style of conversation, it knows what to do. So ultimately, we're making 4 times the amount of calls, and all of the responses are being handled immediately. And all of the work of actually thinking of what to say in the conversation in order to book the appointment, follow the perfect script, and everything, all of that work is done for them right inside the system.
So for illustration purposes, let's say I sent a message out as a text to my past database,
Yep.
right? Company make sure it's compliant. I sent out this text. As they're replying back to my text, it automatically goes to ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT automatically recrafts a message based upon the prompts that's built into the CRM,
Yep.
right? That you and I put together. It then responds back to that text all automatically. And frankly, like it sounds like me. I'm just telling you. Like when we got prompts
Yep.
and input in ChatGPT, you have an MBA in in marketing and you're a whiz kid when it comes to mortgage. And I'm just paraphrasing this stuff, right? Because you have to tell ChatGPT how to act. So that's
Yep.
all built into the CRM, and you can change it to whatever you are. But the way it comes out of the box is incredible. So then it texted out all of my past database with a pre-written message. As they're replying back, it replies back to them conversationally, answering their question. But before it sends it back to them, it runs it past me. Hey, Carl, this is what they said. This is how I'm replying back. Does that sound like you? Yep, that sounds like me. And then it sends it. After I do that for about a week or two, it's learned how I respond to those things. I can then turn off that part of, hey, let me pre-approve the messages first and just let it go, because after a week or two, after, I don't know, a couple dozen or so of message, the one thing that I found when interacting with my past database, there's about 10 different questions that they ask.
Mm-hmm.
When I 9, 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. It's not 50, it's not 60.
Yep.
It's the same dozen questions 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And once we covered that same dozen questions, it now knows it, and it doesn't call in sick. It doesn't ask for a raise, right? Not that it's wrong with giving raises, but it doesn't ask for one. It doesn't ask for a week off. It doesn't ask for the evening off. It doesn't say, hey, I don't like working on Saturdays and Sundays. Like, it's showing up every single day, sending out these automated messages. Let's talk for a minute about how it gets real estate agents to start refer to me. So we covered past database. The other thing that our top 7-figure loan officers say is they market to real estate agents. How can this help me do that?
Absolutely. So we've broken that down into 2 separate categories, and we use the mortgage marketing animals, scripts, and proven systems to do that outreach. We have a qualified list of agents that we're loading into the system that we're doing the outreach to. But then we
When
also
you say
have our,
when you say qualified, these are agents that have actively working with buyers like now. So
that's right.
these are the 95% of real estate agents might be struggling right now. This is the 4% that's still doing a lot of business.
That's right. Top producers. And then that next level down from the top producers are normally in that list. Then we also have a second list, and that's just anybody that has sent you business in the last 2 years that you've fallen out of touch with. We find there are so many warm relationships out there if we just ask for the business and they're like, oh, great to hear from you. Yes, absolutely. I would love to send you referrals. So we're reactivating two different types of realtors, but it's the exact same process. You get that list and you're reaching out with an offer. And there's all kinds of incredible offers that AI has opened us up to. But your standard coffee appointment still works. I know there's a lot of those calls happening right now, but I can tell you, we have concierge agents that are leveraging the software. They're using our software to make these calls. The average concierge agent books 5 qualified realtor networking appointments every single day. And it's not just one concierge agent. We've had, I believe, 10 concierge agents making phone calls right now. We're booking 50 appointments a day with qualified realtors just by reaching out to these qualified lists and using the AI powered software on the back end. So we get the list, put it into the system, use the power dialer to make the calls. The people that don't pick up the phone automatically get dropped into a follow-up sequence that sends an email and sends a text message and follows up with them. Anytime they respond, the AI looks at the response and says, like, what is this person looking for? Are they telling me to unsubscribe? Or are they saying, hey, I'd be interested in that incredible offer that you just gave me? And we've basically got, 3 really amazing offers that are working really well right now. Our prompt is trained on them and it writes the response back to the realtor following the scripts in MMA to get that realtor to book into the calendar of the loan officer so that the loan officer meets and actually has a networking appointment to that realtor that shows up. Because the another amazing thing that this does, it automatically detects when somebody books an appointment in the calendar, puts them into an appointment show up sequence, and it reminds the loan officer that they have an appointment with the realtor, and it goes out via email and text message and reminds the realtor that they have an appointment with the loan officer, and it gets the two of them on the call at the same time, and everything's automated. You literally load the list into the top, run the power dialer, and the system takes care of everything else for you.
And just for clarification, we don't have to do it with a power dialer. The other thing we could do is we could upload those qualified agents with send out an email,
Yep.
same offer, an email form. And again, the AI has a conversation with them, which they would never know it. I'm telling you, it's very conversational. And so it sends out the email, it replies back to the email with my calendar link, setting me up a Zoom appointment, maybe a coffee appointment, like however I want to, like whatever it is you want to do, and setting up those appointments with the agents. And the best thing I like about this, Chris, just being perfectly transparent, I hear zero of the no's.
Yeah.
Called the AI is taking care of the no's for me. And so all I see is the yeses that show up on my appointment. And that old classic fear of rejection, the AI bot, which in my case, I named him Hermie. I just made up, right? So I made up the name Hermie. That's the name of my AI bot. AI bot or Hermie doesn't have that fear of rejection.
Yeah.
And so he's doing the asking in my place. And same thing again, running everything through my compliance, right? Of course. Same thing with the text messages that so this can be phone calls, this can be text messages, this can be emails, all going out through the CRM with these campaigns already pre-built into the AI bot, already pre-programmed in the CRM. It's I really think I believe, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure this is an industry first
Yeah.
where the CRM is tied in with AI and able to have intelligent. When I say intelligent, an IQ of one measured 160, which is Einstein. That's even higher than yours, Chris. I'm just putting it out.
100%.
Even higher than yours, right? And so we got a bot having a conversation sounding like me with a higher IQ and no fear of rejection, no text or email or call reluctance, uh, and operating at 100% all the time at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Doesn't need that, doesn't get tired,
And
doesn't
follows
not
the
show up.
script.
It follows a script every single time.
Yeah.
It's impressive. And so you've got people on your team that's using the software. And how many appointments are you said they're setting up per day with these qualified agents?
An average of 5 per day per concierge.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Think about that. It's
Yeah,
25 appointments a week. That's 100 appointments a month. How many loan officers can do 100 appointments a month with qualified realtors before they just like, uncle, I can't take any more appointments. I can't take any more referrals. Like, the thing that I love most about this, Carl, is that it takes advantage of the power of math. You know me, I'm a little bit of a nerd, but your conversion metrics at the different stages of the funnel, like as a loan officer, they're all going to be pretty similar. Like if you talk to a qualified borrower, you're going to close roughly the same percentage of customers from the application to the actual deal as somebody who is making 7 figures a year. The only difference between somebody who's doing 4 loans a month right now and somebody who's doing 14 loans a month right now is the person who's doing 14 loans a month is talking to 10 times more people. That's what it is. It's math. And this system allows you to dump far more people into the top end of the funnel. And we've eliminated the largest struggle that loan officers have is all the work that happens in the middle. It's like, okay, well, if I send out 200 contacts, I'm going to have to talk to all those people today. Well, it's like now you just sit back and cherry pick the conversations that you want to have while AI is doing all the vetting and even booking the appointments for you. It's literally made it so there's no more excuses to actually doing the daily success plan and filling your calendar with the people that you need to be talking to.
You just said something that's absolutely correct. I think a lot of people think that the top producers, that somehow we have this secret sauce, that we have this magic pixie dust, that there's something amazing about us. But you're absolutely right. As a general rule, our conversion ratios are not any higher than anybody else. We just simply making more contacts.
Yep.
So I know when I was closing, personal production, 3 and 4 loans a month, like when I first got started, my conversion rate was around 16%.
Yep.
That if I met with real estate agents, about 16% would start sending me business. And now we have a team that closes hundreds and hundreds of loans a month. And Chris, I'd like to tell you that with over 2 decades of experience and honing my craft and working on the scripts, I'd love to tell you that I've increased that percentage. It still runs about 16%.
Yep.
The same as the other top producers, from that we talk to. It's around 16%. You meet with a real estate agent, about 16% start to refer to you. We just simply talk to more agents. That's the only difference. We just simply talk to more agents, and having the ability to do that and not to have, that fear of rejection, having that being, virtually eliminated, like really virtually eliminated. It's just a game changer. Like it's really, really a game changer. What do you think? Like if you could, dude, I just got this vision. What would have happened if 5 years ago somebody would have showed you what we can do today? I think they would think it was a thing of science fiction.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think people are still thinking that these bots are clunky. Dude, the conversations, I'll have a conversation with Hermie, my little AI bot. It's fascinating. I learned so much from him.
Yeah.
And I've learned this to him is to talk to him not like he's a computer, but
Mm-hmm.
to talk to him like he is a human
Mm-hmm.
and ask the same questions that I'd ask a human. And the responses it gives back, it's conversational.
Yeah.
And so I know how it's responding back to my people because I see how it's responding to me. So I think for the most part, we've got that thing turned off where we have to approve each and every message. Because again, we're getting the same questions over and over and over and over. So let's talk about so the power dialer is built inside of it,
Yep.
right? So we don't need that anymore. The calendar link, so it sends out my Calendly link automatically. I don't need that anymore. So I got rid of my power dialer. I got rid of my Calendly link. I got rid of all those things. Um, one thing I will say. So in my system over here, and I'd like to see if you just agree or disagree with this.
Mm-hmm.
In my system over here, dude, for the last 15 years, I actually run two CRMs.
Yep.
I run one for marketing and I run one for here's what's going on with the loan. And we've always kept them separated because I've always thought it's two completely separate jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, marketing one wasn't fantastic at loan file, and my loan file one sucked at marketing. Let's just be honest, right? I mean, it
Yep.
had these weak, just really super lame, sound like spam emails that it would send. It's just not good, right? I mean, it was better than nothing, I guess, but not good. So we've ran two separate CRMs, like literally probably more than 15 years that we've done that. And I'm not going to tell you which one we use in our mortgage, but we use a different one for our process. And there's a bunch of good ones, right?
Oh yeah.
Top of Mind, Jungo, yeah, any number of them, right? They're just awesome. Like, I think, frankly, everyone that's in business today, every CRM, I think we've used most of them. Man, they're
Mm-hmm.
awesome, right?
Yep.
Some a little better at this and that, and others, but they're all awesome. But all of them we had found were just very, very weak on the marketing, so we found it necessary. Do you agree with that? Is that something that you recommend also, or do you disagree with that?
No, absolutely. A second CRM for marketing is critical. And the way that I look at it is it's a sifting and sorting mechanism. There will be some people out there that are like, I've been using the same marketing platform for 10 years and I'm just not going to leave. Good, great, grand. That's okay. Use this as the filter for all the contacts up front. And once you book an appointment with somebody, you move them to the next system. And with CRMs today, and with this particular CRM, it connects to Zapier. So you can literally have a tag application or an automation applied where if somebody does this, take them and ship them over to my other CRM because they're a really good contact. But I can tell you, somebody who doesn't look at this option because they already have an existing CRM or they have a marketing CRM that they're just like tied to because they've poured hours and hours and hours into making it do what they want, you are stepping over $10 bills to pick up pennies by trying to patch onto that system what's built over here with AI. Because the other thing, and what we haven't been able to touch on, is this also converts all of the marketing leads, and you can get all of the marketing leads into this system automatically. So conversations on your Facebook business page, conversations on your Instagram page, if you want to run ads on Google or on Facebook, all those leads automatically go into the system. Facebook forms, it's got a live chat widget that's powered by that same AI conversation. You can take that, put it on your website. As soon as somebody starts a conversation with it, it's automatically got that person into the CRM. You take all your realtor lists, you take lists of financial planners, you take lists of all your pre-approvals that you've had previously. There's a lot of bounce backs in there. There's a lot of contacts that you don't want in a primary CRM. This filters all that out to that person that says, yes, I have a referral. Yes, I'd like to book an appointment. Yes, I'd like to sit down and talk to you about sending business to you. Then you can take those people and move them over to your other CRM. But this CRM allows you to market at a scale that has never been seen before in the mortgage industry. And we've got it filled with the best scripts and process in the mortgage industry and got it automated so that it fills your calendar. I don't care what option you've got in the marketplace. This is the best option, and especially in today's marketplace for the investment that we're asking right now for it. No setup fees, ridiculously low monthly fee. It's just a no-brainer. Even if you've got to run 3 CRMs, it's worth it all day long.
Yeah, we did the math between our Power Dialer and our Calendly. It's like the CRM is now free. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. So when you're ready to plug into this and having AI actually help you in your mortgage business in a way that you literally couldn't have dreamed of even a year ago, go to loanofficercrm.ai. Loanofficercrm.ai. It's going to blow your socks off. And just so you know that to help you get everything set up, so all these campaigns are all pre-built. The prompts are pre-built, like it's done. Uh, to show you how to like turn the key and get the engine running, we have a meeting every single day on Zoom where we have support team that'll walk you through live, and you can sit and listen in to everybody else that's asking questions. Because one thing I found is somebody else will ask a question I hadn't even thought of, and
Mm-hmm.
so I've been learning what's going on there. And so there's literally the support team has an open Zoom meeting literally Monday through Friday where they'll walk you through, they'll do a screen share, watch you do it. Oh, wait, here, click this button over here. It's really, really cool. And we've also got a private Facebook group that you'll put into, and people are asking all kinds of marketing questions and coming up with different ideas and different prompts. We're always adding into it. Dude, you were just telling me before we hit the record button that there's a way now that I can direct this thing to go look at the Fannie Mae guidelines,
Mm-hmm.
and it learns all of the Fannie Mae guidelines and can now have interesting conversations about guideline questions. Hell, the new deal desk, we have this thing called the deal desk, where we can go ask the underwriter, oh no, this is better. Like this is better because it's never wrong, like ever. It's never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So all the different plugins and everything that you can do with this thing, dude, it's impressive. It's the first in the industry. So loanofficercrm.ai, and we've even got a thing in there that is a 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee. Get this thing right now, and if this doesn't blow you away, 30 days, it's a small investment. You get your small investment back, no hard feelings, totally cool. And you got to see what this thing does. You're going to want to be part of the training that goes along in this, because you can take some of the training and apply it to other areas of your mortgage. Loan
Mm-hmm.
Officer CRM AI. Chris, I don't know if I've ever been more excited about anything. This is truly a game changer. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Did I forget anything?
No, just thank you for being part of it, Carl. I think a CRM is a tool. There's lots of them out there. The AI integration is incredible, but the fact that you and your team sat with us and took the scripts and the mortgage marketing animals system and the daily success plan and took the time to put it in here and then have us layer the technology on top of it, it's a one of a kind thing to have that power of that system now with automation behind it. And had you not done that, it wouldn't be what it is today. And the amount of loan officers that I feel are going to live a better life because of what this provides is just incredible. So thank you for that. And thank you everybody for listening. I hope that you're going to enjoy working with us on AI as much as we've enjoyed putting this together for you.
Just one last thing. I know we're at top of the hour. We got to go. Sometimes, I'll comment that my team, we do hundreds of loans a month, which we do hundreds and hundreds a month. And they go, well, that's no fair, Carl. You have help. And I go, no, no, it's very fair. And of course I have help, because I found the secret to being in a well into the 7-figure income of personal income is leveraging people. And so now we don't leverage people. Now we're leveraging, in my case, Hermie, and being able to leverage AI conversations to some of those conversations that frankly I wasn't willing to make, and now it happens all automatically. It's impressive. So anyway, loan officer crm.ai. We'll see on the M side. Chris, I appreciate you, brother. You're awesome, and I love. This is a game changer for the industry. You're going to want to be a part of this. Do not get left out because somebody else is going to start using this before you. You do not want to be the second person. You want to be the first. Mm-hmm. So everybody else is going to seem like a copycat. So be sure to jump in. Loan officer crm.ai. We'll see you on the inside. I'll see you later, Chris. Bye-bye.